Imagine standing outside on a bright afternoon, only to glance up and see not one, but two suns blazing in the sky. The idea of Earth having two suns might sound like science fiction, but it's a concept that has fascinated astronomers, writers, and dreamers for decades. But what would really happen if our planet orbited around two stars instead of one? Let's explore how this extraordinary scenario would transform every aspect of life on Earth, from our climate and environment to the ways we live and perceive the universe. First, let's consider the basics. Two suns would mean Earth exists in what scientists call a binary star system. In our universe, binary and even trinary star systems are relatively common. But for Earth, the consequences would be dramatic, depending on the distance and size of each sun. If both stars were similar to our current sun and orbited close to each other, Earth could orbit around both of them, following a stable path. Alternatively, if the stars were farther apart, Earth might orbit just one, with the second sun appearing as a bright, distant star, sometimes close, sometimes far away, depending on its orbit. One of the most immediate and obvious changes would be to daylight itself. Under the light of two suns, the sky would rarely be dark. Shadows would multiply and appear at odd angles. In some configurations, the suns might rise and set together, bathing the world in an intense golden glow. In others, one sun might rise as the other sets, creating days that last for weeks or even months, and making true nighttime a rare event. The constant light would disrupt natural cycles that have governed life on Earth for billions of years. The consequences for our climate would be profound. With two suns, Earth would receive far more energy than it does today, leading to much higher average temperatures. Deserts could expand, polar ice might melt entirely, and oceans could warm, causing dramatic changes to weather patterns. Some areas might become uninhabitable, while others could flourish in the new warmth. Storms and winds could intensify, and rainfall patterns would shift, challenging plants, animals, and humans alike to adapt. Plants, for instance, would need to evolve to cope with the intense and nearly constant sunlight. Some species might develop thicker leaves or new pigments to avoid burning, while others might only grow in the rare shadows cast by rocks or buildings. Animals that rely on darkness for hunting or hiding would have to change their behaviors or risk extinction. Nocturnal creatures might become rare or develop new ways to find darkness, such as burrowing underground or becoming active during brief periods of twilight. Human life would also change dramatically. Our bodies are tuned to the rhythms of day and night, guided by the cycle of light and darkness. With two suns, sleep patterns could be disrupted, leading to new health challenges. People might create artificial environments, homes, cities, or entire underground communities where they can control the light and escape the relentless glare. If true night becomes scarce, our culture would evolve too. Festivals and rituals centered around the moon and stars might fade, replaced by new traditions celebrating the rare appearance of darkness. Even our sense of time would be altered. Calendars, clocks, and daily routines would be reimagined to accommodate longer days or nights, or the strange cycles of light and shadow cast by two moving suns. Artists, writers, and philosophers would find new inspiration in the dual suns, shaping myths and stories about their meaning and power. In the end, if Earth had two suns, life would find a way to adapt, but it would be a world transformed. The skies would shine with double brilliance, the rhythms of nature would be rewritten, and humanity would look up in wonder, forever changed by the light of two suns.